So hey guys, welcome back to my Python series, and today in this video we will learn object oriented programming in Python. So object oriented programming is Python is a programming methodology, something like functional programming. So let's just take one real life example of classes first. So here in real life, when we just classify people on the basis of their profession, something like entrepreneurs, doctors, farmers, etc. So here in object oriented programming we will have classes in which we will have their attributes or properties, and we will also have some methods, something like we will just define functions inside it, which are called method here in case of object oriented programming. So don't worry if this stuff sound overwhelming to you. We will just write code for that, and we will just understand it in a better way. So let's just say we want to make one class of student here. So here the attributes of student can be his name, his contact number, his address, his grades. So this can be some properties of our student class. So these are called as attributes, and also we will just define some function inside it, which will help us to hold the code. So here the function are nothing but the method of that class. So let's just first write some code for our student class. So here for defining a class you will have to write class and then name of our class. In this case it is student, and right after it we will just define our attributes for our student class. And here for this example, let's just say our attributes or properties of the student class are name and contact number of that student. So we will have to just define our attributes first. So let's just define function here def, and then just type this double underscore. These are called as dunders, and then init like this here. So this is used to define our attributes here inside our classes. And then right after here you can see self is the default parameter taken, and then right after it we will have to write our attributes. So here in this example we will take two attributes, name and contact of student, and then we will have to initialize our this attributes. So we will just type like this for name and then for contact number. So here in this way, when you just create classes, you will have to define our attribute in our init function, and you will have to initialize attribute first inside our function. So right after this function we will have to create some methods. So here they will just help us to hold our code. So we will have to define some functions. So let's just say we want to define two function, which is get data and put data. So here our get data will help us to take the input from the user, and the put data will display that output in the screen. So let's just define that two function first. In other word, let's just create two methods. So our first function will be def get data, and here by default you can see self is taken here in the parameter. And get data, let's just print first, sorry, getting data. And now let's just take input from the user for name and contact. So this is how you take the input, enter the name, and then enter the contact. So here our first function is ready, and now let's just type some method which will display. Okay, here let's just print the name of student is self dot name, and the contact of student is self.contact. So here, once you have done this, you are good to go. So here the name and contact are our attributes of our class student, and this get data and put data are the methods of this class. So this is how you just type this stuff inside our class. And here you can see there can be a number of student here in this case. So for that, to define a specific student, you just have to create a object. So here I already said there can be many students, you see. So for a specific student, you will have to create one object. So for creating an object, let's just say here in this case our student name is Rob. So let's just create one object for that. So let our name of the object be Rob itself, and then you have to type our class name and then parentheses. So this is how you create object for a particular class, and by this object you can access these methods inside our class. So you can access get data and put data, you can call these functions. So you just type our object name and then the name of our method, which is get data, and then again put data. So this is how you create object in object oriented programming in Python, and then with the help of the object you can access the method inside our class. Now let's just hit the button for the output and see. Here you can see there is error. So here at first we will have to initialize our attributes here inside our parentheses. So let's just say our default parameter is blank and contact is 0. Here our default name is blank and contact is 0. So here when I will run this again, here in the output you can see our program is running and enter the name. Let's just enter the name Shrutik, and let's just enter our contact number as some random. I am just typing some random numbers and see. You can see our name and contact is printed. So this is how object oriented programming is done in Python. So this video was all about basic introduction to object oriented programming. So if this stuff sound overwhelming to you, don't worry, we will just code it again and again in my next videos. We will just clear all concepts regarding it. And here in this video, if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. I will be there to help you out.